All right, our opponent is now 22-15. Let's try to win this game. It's a Caracan defense. I've seen the Caracan defense a couple times. I think I know what's happening here. This is mainline Caracan. Let's go knight back to G3 and then knight F3. The plan is to play knight E5, which is why he did this. Now we play H4. And then we should still play h5. Everything that I'm doing here is mainline. By the way, queen takes is also mainline. And then after knight f6, we go bishop d2 because we're just going to castle on the queen side. And this is basically Caracan theory. No, it definitely goes a bit deeper than this. For example, if bishop e7, I think the move is queen e2. Queen c7 is an indication that he's going to castle on the queen side. Actually, I like to play knight to e4 regardless because the knight on g3 usually doesn't do anything. And if the knight goes to f6, we go queen to e2. And usually they castle on the queen side. Now I'm going to play c4 followed by bishop c3. Yeah, this is all theoretical stuff. King to b8 was played. Okay. Bishop to c3, no. And then I'm going to play king to b1, maybe rook to c1, and try to start an attack on the king. Now, after this bishop move, knight e5 should be fine. If he takes, I takes, and then his knight is in an uncomfortable spot. The thing is, though, I've seen a lot of players play g3 here to prevent the bishop from going to f5. So I want to prevent the bishop from going to f5. Okay, he got his rook in the game. Knight e5, I think, will come. No, let's go knight e5 here, actually. Because if he takes, I takes, his knight has to go back. And if the knight has to go back, I'm fine. And there's no knight d7 here because he loses this. Yeah, I actually like what's happening now. Because now I want to get my bishop on d6. If I get my bishop to d6, it's actually game over. He has to play knight to d7 here, I'm assuming. And maybe, just maybe, I'll play f4 just to hold on to this pawn. But I think I'm quite comfortable here. Not saying that I have any huge advantage or anything like that, but think I'm doing fine. Knight d7, there's also queen to g4, which attacks this pawn. And if he plays knight takes, I play queen takes, which hits the knight. But then he's able to take here. And then once he takes there, I take here. And then I have a pass pawn. Okay, that would be complicating the game, but I like it. I think I like it. Let's go queen g4. Like f4 is just the regular thing to do, but I like queen to g4 here. Knight takes e5, queen takes g7, hit the knight. Knight takes e4, queen takes h6. My pass pawn is 3 moves away from queening. So once I take on h6, and the other thing is, I have a dark squared bishop, and he has a lot of pieces on dark squares. So there could be some tactical ideas along this diagonal. So knight takes c4, we saw that. Queen takes h6. He has no checks on my king. He has no real attack. Let's take here. And my plan is going to be to thrust my pawn up the board, especially since my bishop is guarding the queening square. With that being said, once I start pushing the pass pawn, he's not really able to play moves like rook to h8, which is something that I'm happy with. All right, so he traded a pair of rooks off the board. I am not sure why, but let's just take. Maybe he doesn't want my rook to be behind the pass pawn, but I don't think this pass pawn needs too much help. So he pulls the knight back. He wants the knight here. I want my bishop here, and I want to push my pass pawn. So it has to be a queen move. So if I go queen here, there's knight here, so I don't like that. So it has to be queen here. Has to be queen here. If he pushes the pawn, then I push my. Yeah, it's over. I think it's actually over after queen g7 because he has to spend one more move to prevent me from pinning, which he didn't. So now we're just pinning his queen to his king, and he's about to hit resign. And he resigns. Okay, my accuracy was 96%. So everything that I did in this game was correct. So this is mainline Caracan. We spoke about this. Castle, knight e4, queen e2, all book moves. Okay, they said pawn c4 was a mistake, but pawn c4 is usually always a move, to be honest. Don't worry about what the engine says. And then, okay, I wanted to play knight e5 early on. Bishop takes knight is always going to be a mistake. And I thought of playing rook to d6. It's crazy how I made one mistake, one inaccuracy, and I still got 96%. Today we're going to be playing some persons around my rating level while showing you guys what's happening in my thought process so that way you can get better at chess. So this is a Petrov defense that I'm playing. And this is usually how I play the line. Knight c3. This is all main moves, by the way, where I take the knight. They usually take with the d pawn. And then from here, I just develop my minor pieces. So bishop e3, I go knight c6. Queen d2, I go bishop e7, just to ensure that all my minor pieces are developed. And then once he castle on the queen side, I play queen to d7. Now I'm able to castle on the queen side or even the king side. But most importantly, all my minor pieces are developed. Now bishop e2 was played. He's developing his bishop. Let me get my king out the center of the board. And then he plays knight to d4. Now, the thing is, if I takes, there will be queen takes. And then queen takes will be attacking both a7 and g7. The thing is, though, if I do not take, he is threatening bishop to b5. So maybe I'm just going to go bishop to d5 here. Slightly risky. It attacks the unprotected pawn. I'm trying to see if he has any discovered attack that I should be afraid of. Maybe c4 takes rook over bishop here. It's a bit risky, but I think it should work. Yeah, let's go with bishop d5. Now, the reason why it's risky is because my bishop is just unprotected and the queen and the rook is on the same line as my unprotected bishop. Another thing that I need to be aware of is the fact that my queen and my king is on this diagonal. So a bishop could go to g4 and pin my queen, but the g4 square is currently covered, so I'm not scared of that just yet. Okay, so he decided to take on c6. Very interesting decision. Now, I have to take with my bishop, and bishop takes a7 is actually possible in some lines. Now, he still decided to play queen to d4. Very strong move, by the way, because he's attacking both g7 and a7. So I have to cover a7. I'm going to cover a7 by playing b6, though. So that way, if the queen takes on g7, I should be able to play rook to g8 and take on g2. Now, it looks like it's going to cause me a pawn, though. So it's very, very tricky. Plus, I still have to watch out for this bishop to g4 idea. But I think he's gonna take here. I think he's gonna take here for sure. Okay, so he decided to check the king first, which is fine. I'm just going to move the king. I think it's the same idea of taking on g7. I don't want to trade the light squared bishop because then my light squares are going to be weak. So now that he took, there's no bishop g4 idea anymore. And I want to play moves like rook to g8, but he is probably going to just take on f7. So what I'm thinking here is to play queen to e6, attacking this pawn first, forcing him to guard the pawn, and then I attack his queen. Now, another thing that I'm slightly worried about is if I move my rook here, he takes this pawn, and if I use this rook, he pulls the queen back, and then if I takes, I lose the rook. But I think I'm just going to use this rook, to be honest, because if he pulls the queen back, I should also be able to play moves like bishop to f6. Yeah, but definitely don't want to be giving him too much pawns. There's also rook g8 takes rook over, pull back to e4 or pull back to f3. And then after I pull back to f3, I go back to h8 and take this pawn. So there's a lot of moves here. But I'm going to go for this plan with rook to g8. You know, it's less risky. I just want to win back my pawn without too much drama. I also don't want to spend too much time calculating because the thing with these 10-minute games is 10 minutes is actually not a lot of time and it's not a blitz game. So you can't just play fast. But if you play slow, your time is also going to run out. And accuracy is just so important. So the queen goes back to d4. The plan is just to grab this pawn. There will be bishop to c4 in a lot of lines. There is bishop f6, and if queen c4, there's no bishop d5. And if I takes, there's bishop takes, and this is under attack. So maybe I'm not gonna do anything there just yet. I probably should simply take and attack his rook first. Now there is also pawn to c5. Okay, he decided to play rook to e8, which makes a lot of sense. He's just putting his rook on the same line as my queen. Bishop to f6 hits the queen. Queen c4, I should not be afraid of. So let's just chase away that queen. My bishop is doing a good role preventing his queen from coming here. But I have to be careful. That's an unprotected pawn that I'm looking to target in the future. Maybe, well, not queen e5. I don't want to keep my queen on the same line as his rook, but maybe queen to h3. I also don't want to put my pieces too far away from guarding my king as well. But he definitely has to move the queen. Queen to c4 is the only move that I actually don't want him to find because my f7 pawn is going to be weak. If I takes bishop takes, I'm going to be forced to play a defensive move. So he plays queen to a4. c6 is guarded, so not scared. I'm thinking of just playing bishop to f3, attacking his rook. There is bishop takes, which is a threat because my queen is on the same line as his rook, so I have to be careful. I'm thinking of rook to g4 here, though. Just hit the queen. Yeah, why not just hit the queen? So the queen has no good forward move. Well, there is queen here. There is queen there. And then after queen there, I'm assuming I'm just going to double up my rooks like this. And he does not really have anything too forcing. We have to play forcing, aggressive, attacking moves if we're trying to win games at this level. And I don't want to play too slow because I don't think anyone has any advantage yet. In fact, if anyone should have an advantage here, maybe it's white. Like, I don't think white has an advantage, but my rook is not in the game, and I need to get my rook in the game. Bishop to d4, that was such a nice move. That was such a nice move. He purposely pinned his own bishop so that way he regains the tempo on my queen. So now I have to react to his move. The good thing is though, his bishop is pinned. The question is, where do I put my queen? I want to ensure that my pieces stay coordinated the entire time. Where do I put my queen? That's the question. Maybe queen to d5. Then he takes an entire bishop though. I don't want to allow that. And then I take his queen, he takes my queen, I take his rook, he takes my rook. Yeah, we're not allowing that. There's bishop e5, but that seems too risky. Queen f5 is what I'm leaning towards. There will be bishop to e3, but then I'll just move the queen. Oh, okay. He is threatening check. He is actually threatening that check, which I did not see. I think we have to play rook to e4 here, actually. And if the rook takes, then I takes, and his bishop is going to be pinned. Yo, I had to find that move. I almost blundered. Ah, that would have been so painful. The time is also ticking. This is just a weird position. Like his bishop is pinned. My, it's weird. The thing is, like games at this level is basically who is able to attack who first. You know. So if you notice, I played an attacking move, rook to g4. He played bishop to d4, defending with an attacking move, and then I had to play rook to e4, which you could say it's an attacking move because I'm threatening to take his rook. And if his rook takes, I am able to play queen takes simply because his bishop is pinned to the queen. So that's nice. And as I was saying, if I'm not able to get my h rook in the game quick enough, then I can't prove that I have any advantage. So he moves his rook away. He is attacking my bishop. I'm planning on just putting the bishop here so that way I get some time on his rook. I also want to do it a bit quickly so that way I can keep some pressure on his clock because it looks like his time is running out. Now, I think he has to be careful about pawn c5 because that would be applying pressure to his pin bishop and that would be nice. Oh boy, did I just blunder? Queen c6? Seriously? Okay, it's not a blunder, but I actually missed it and I didn't want to miss it. The good thing is, if queen c6, I'm actually able to move my rook to like some random squares because my bishop is actually going to be preventing the mate and attacking his queen. But I think he needs to find queen c6. Like, I don't like when I almost blunder. It's not a good feeling when you're like, okay, I almost lost the game. That's not a good feeling at all. Maybe there's rook takes bishop as well. So rook takes bishop, queen takes bishop. No, there's no rook takes bishop. I cannot allow my light squared bishop to be traded off the board because my light squares are too weak. So if queen c6, okay, bishop c4 was played. Oh, it's just attack, attack, attack. Bishop c4 counter attacks. There's also ideas of bishop takes now that this is no longer as pin, but his rook is under attack, so that's something. Okay, why don't I just play d5? If I play d5, he takes, I take, bishop takes, then I take his queen, he take my queen, I take his rook, he takes my rook. Oh, that's too hard to calculate. I'm not playing that move. Maybe queen f5, queen f5, bishop e4, take. Okay, queen f5, there's probably bishop e4. Queen d8 doesn't work. Queen e7 is also an idea. Queen e7, there's takes. Queen e7, bishop here, takes. Okay, let's go queen f5. Please do not be a blunder, okay? Okay, this is not just weird. It's a weird game. His rook is under attack. He's not moving the rook. Bishop d5 will come with queen c6 threat. So I'm a bit weak on the light squares, but the guy's clock is ticking and my clock is also ticking. It's weird. So if bishop d5, what do we play though? We have to find the move quickly. Okay, I need to calculate. Bishop d5, I take the bishop, he takes a bishop. I take a queen, he takes a queen. I take a rook, he takes a rook. It's equal, but then I'm going to flag him. Bishop to d3. Oh, yeah, there is bishop to d3. Okay, how does this work? I take the rook, he takes the rook, I take the bishop, he takes the bishop, and I'm not losing, right? I take the rook. His time is running out, so I have to put some pressure on his clock. I take the rook. Can he check my king? No. Boom. Okay, I take the rook. He's also able to take the bishop because this is pinned. But then I'll probably just move the queen, to be honest. And then after take stakes, and his bishop is going to be pinned to the queen. So that's going to be something. Or I could play rook to e8, which is a blunder because there's queen e8, rook e8, bishop takes f5. It's weird. I think, no, no, no. If he plays rook takes, I have queen to f3. I think he has to take here. He has to take here. And then I'll take here. Oh, he took here. Yo, he took here. Because if I take his queen, he takes my queen. Wait, wait, what? Wait, what? I take the queen, he take my queen. I think I have to do it. Yeah, let's just take. He's gonna take. And I'm ahead by 2 points, but I'm about to lose some material. But here's what I'm gonna do. Maybe he's gonna take my bishop next, and rook to f4 is gonna be a fork. So, oh, but the question is, where am I gonna put my rook? Because if I go here, he takes, I go here, there's this. Hmm. Okay, okay. I have to play fast because I have to at least have enough time to win on time. Here? No. Oh, okay, let's just go here. Oh, there's bishop here. So he took, let's go here. That looks like a fork, but there's bishop here. And okay, now I'll go here. We have to be fast now. He's ahead by a point and he's just attacking. Let's take, now I'm threatening this. Okay, he guards it. Let's take this. No, I'm ahead by a point. Very good. Okay, I'm gonna go here. If I could get the rooks off the board, then I'm good. The time is almost equal. Now I go here, hit the bishop. He moves the bishop. Okay, I'm trying to get the rooks off the board. Oh, I don't want this to be a draw, man. Okay, let's go king up first. Let's go king up. My time is running out. Okay, now I'll go here, chase away the bishop. Okay, I'm gonna chase the bishop. Have to be fast. Oh, blundered. Shoot. Oh, shoot. No. No, 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 I have to just play. And I have less time. Oh, God. Oh, I blundered the rook. Oh, God. Oh, I lost. Oh, my God, man. All right. So this game was weird. Like, the opening was fine. I think here, that was also fine. Like, everything was fine. Where did I go wrong? I'm better here. Still better. Still better. Queen f5 is good. Bishop d1 is good. Oh, I took the queen. I shouldn't take the queen. I should play queen takes f2 and counter attack his rook. I actually looked on that move, but I didn't really think about it because I thought after take stakes, there's queen c6, but he's actually getting checkmated on the back rank. And then after this position, black has the advantage. So, and I needed to play rook here and then rook f4, but then he has oh, that's what I needed to play. Okay, let's jump back in the pool. We're gonna try to get 2300 from this. Okay, the next opponent is 2252. I'm playing black again. Let's play e5 again, and we're gonna try the Petrov again. Okay, let's just develop. He guards the pawn. It looks like it's gonna be like one of those Italian game when the bishop is on e2. Yeah, c3, d4 is coming soon. Let's go d6 here. Yeah, d4 will be coming very, very soon. I think I need to pull my bishop back to b6 so that way I'm able to meet. Oh, but now he wants to play b4. Yeah, let's just go a6. If b4, there's bishop a7, and I'm gonna pull my bishop back to a7 anyways. So bishop g5 shouldn't be too threatening because I'm able to play h6, chase away that bishop. Yeah, it's crazy how fast I need to play because I thought I was playing fast just now, but for some reason the guy was playing faster than me. Okay, queen c1, what does this do? Maybe he wants to sack if g5. Let's just keep developing for now, though. I'm just developing. Let's just develop the pieces. Then he plays knight a3. The knight could possibly be going to c4. There is d5 in this position. The thing is, if I castle this spin is just annoying. If g5, I do not think there's any sack. Takes, takes, bishop takes. It's annoying though. That's the thing. It's just super annoying. Rook here, bishop back. Yeah, that's just super annoying. Yeah, let's just play d5. Trying to prevent knight c4. Usually, I'm not sure if I should be afraid of bishop takes. Pawn takes, bishop takes, takes, queen takes. That's something. Now let's see. We're trying to get 2300 from this video. Would be very heartbreaking to lose two games consecutively. So I was about to say I want my time to be higher, but my time is not higher. So basically, I'm doing a pawn break before I castle my king. Because then if I castle my king, this spin is gonna be like forever. And I want to be able to play g5, but I'm just timing it. So he got his king out the center of the board. Yeah, that's a very strong move. Because if I takes, I'm opening the position with my king in the center. The good thing about my position now is bishop to c5 followed by bishop to e7 is now an idea. So I may play g5, bishop back to g3 hits this. I takes, there's probably knight takes, but then I take. Yeah, let's go g5. Because after takes, takes, bishop takes, okay, he didn't do it. He pulls the bishop back. Now e5 is under attack. Now I'm thinking, if I takes, 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 bishop takes, takes, then his bishop is under attack. I'm thinking of knight h5, but there's bishop e5. Maybe I should just play knight to d7 and guard the pawn. I'm not sure. Takes, takes, takes. Yeah, let's just take. I think taking is the way because, okay, he took back. Takes, bishop takes, takes, knight takes. Yeah, let's do that. Takes, bishop takes, knight takes. And I have the bishop here. So the bishop here is definitely an advantage. There is rook to d1. Rook to d1, I have queen to f6, so that should be something. He has to play bishop takes. Good. Bishop takes, knight takes. I have the bishop here. Um, am I able to? No, that's bad. Because after rook takes, bishop takes, king takes, if I check, oh, check knight block, there's g4. Wait. Knight takes f2, rook takes f2, bishop takes f2, king takes f2, queen to f6, check knight, back to f3, pawn to g4, and then I'm just going to take the knight on the next move. The thing is, my king is going to be in the center of the board in that position. He has no checks on my king. My b7 pawn is going to be unprotected. There's no way to attack that pawn, and I'm just going to take on the next move. I think that should work. Takes, 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 check, knight block, push. My bishop is on e6, so there's no queen e3. I'll just take. Yeah, I think it works. Because if immediate queen f6, he just pulls the knight back and I have nothing. Yeah, let's go for that. My king is in the center of the board though, so this is a bit risky. But my bishop on e6 and my pawn on f7 guards my rook. So takes. And once he plays king takes, I check. And once he blocks with the knight, I play g4, pin the knight. And if I win back the knight, then I'm going to be ahead in material. Because right now the position is equal. Like I have a rook and a pawn. He has a knight and a bishop. But if I took the knight, I'm going to be ahead by an exchange, I think. And if I'm already winning an exchange this early in the opening, then I will not lose this game. Now, my king side looks like it's destroyed, but I should be able to castle on the queen side, if I'm not wrong. Queen e3, was expecting that. I mean, I'm not in any rush to take. I'm definitely not in any rush to take. But I don't, I'm not gonna lie, I don't want to allow any foolishness. So let's just take this. Let's just take this. No, I'm ahead by 2 points. My bishop is pinned, so can't do anything there. There is check and grab this unprotected pawn. It's definitely a move. My king is not the safest. If I castle, there's queen a7, which is super annoying because then he's going to be able to check. So not yet able to get castled. I would love to trade the queens, to be honest, like queen here. Maybe I should just take the free pawn. Hopefully I'm not being too greedy. Or maybe I should just castle. Yeah, let's just castle. I can't lose if I castle. On the king side, by the way, which means my king is weak, but my queen guards the square. He moves his king out of the way. I just want to get my pieces in the game so quickly. I just want to win this game. It's crazy. All right, let's go here. Get my rook in the game. Put my rook on the same line as the queen. If queen c5, I'm thinking queen e7, but that really doesn't do anything. Once I get my last rook in the game, I should be fine. Yeah, let's get our win back. Okay, queen c5. I was expecting that. He is attacking both c7 and b7 as we speak. Queen is okay. Maybe I should just play c6. Yeah, let's just play c6. There is rook to f1, putting the rook on the same line as my queen, but I'm just going to play queen g5, which is an attacking move because he's not able to trade. Okay, taking the knight off the edge of the board is definitely an idea. Let's go queen g5 here though. Like once you're ahead in material, any queen trade that you offer, you're basically attacking the opponent's queen because they're not able to accept the trade because they're down in material. So queen b6 looks like the most testing move in this position. Maybe I'm just gonna get the bishops off the board. Bishop takes, queen takes b7, and then I play rook to b8. And then if queen takes a6, I play rook takes b2. Okay, he puts the queen here. It's the same thing actually. I think it's the same thing with bishop to d5. Takes, queen takes rook over. Yeah, it's the same thing. Let's go with this. I'm now just trying to convert the game. And if takes, queen takes check, I'm just gonna block. Think I'm doing fine. Yeah, I'm just trying to trade the pieces off the board. Like I'm not trying to mess this one up. Okay, pawn to h4 was played. The queen guards the pawn, so I need to be careful there. Okay, there is queen to d2, which hits the unprotected knight. And then if bishop takes, okay, but now there's queen g4 check. But after king f8, there's no check. So oh, but if I go here, there's rook. Oh no, there's no rook here. I'll just take the knight. I'm tripping. Yeah, let's go queen d2. I'm just trying not to blunder, because I definitely want to win this game, and then my time is lower than his, so I need to be a bit more careful. So he checks. We play king to f8. He has no more checks. I'm offering a trade here. His knight is under attack. The more pieces that I'm able to trade off the board, the better. Plus, if he moves the knight, I'm able to play rook to e8, trade the rooks off the board, then trade the bishops off the board. Definitely going for that because there's nothing else, right? So let's give a check here. After the rook takes, now I takes, king to h2 is forced. Now I'm going to play queen to e5 check, just to centralize my queen so that way my queen is not out of play. And then I'm looking into taking on f3. I don't necessarily have to rush taking on f3 because then if I take on f3, he takes, my queen is under attack. I'm probably just going to swing my rook in the game. So let's say king to g1. I'm going to swing my rook in the game. He has no checks on my king, and that's important. So he moves the king. Let's quickly swing the rook in the game. And I'm just trying to ensure that all my pieces are protecting each other so that way there's no tactics. Because this is where I usually mess up. Like I have a position where I'm completely winning, and then I just do something that messes up the entire position. Maybe if I could play c5 to okay, maybe he's gonna put the knight here, but then there's bishop e6. Yeah, if I'm able to play c5 just to chase away the knight. Like whenever you notice the opponent's knight is in the center of the board, if you can like chase away the knight out the center of the board, then that's something. Okay, knight f5, there should be bishop here. Bishop here, maybe he has bishop here though. And then if I takes, there's bishop takes. But if it means we're trading pieces off the board, let's do it, bro. I need to ensure that I don't allow queen to g7. So I take, mm, or do I play bishop here? Like I'm okay. Here's something that I need to keep in mind. Queen and a knight actually works better together than a queen and a bishop. So instead of doing this, I think I'm gonna do this and get rid of the knight. So yes, I'm about to give up my bishop for a knight, but a queen and a knight is a better duo. And I'm covering g7, so that's good. He has to play bishop to e4 here. Maybe I can pull my bishop back to d7 first to hit his bishop, but he's just going to pull it back. So I don't think I have anything concrete there. My rook is currently not doing the most, to be honest. I need to ensure that my rook is doing something. But I'm going to try to find a way to get it in the game. Maybe queen c5 check. So queen c5, king h2 is what he's going to play though. How do we do this? How do we do this? Bishop d7, bishop d3, queen c5, king h2. Yeah, maybe I just need to simplify. Let's just simplify the game. I'm not trying to do anything fancy. If you're ahead in material, just trade, don't be fancy. All right, check doesn't work. I do not have a lot of time on the clock. There's also a check here. Check, king up. Okay, maybe get my rook on the file. Okay, rooks needs files. My rook is unprotected. That's something that I need to keep in mind. Like whenever you're gonna release the coordination of your pieces, you have to be careful. Now, queen to h4 was played, which threatens to take my pawn on h6 with check, but he's kind of pinning his own bishop, but he's threatening to take with check. So I'm gonna go rook to d6 quickly. Yeah, let's go rook d6, maybe rook f6. There is pawn to g5, but it means the pawn on g2 is guarding his king. So if I could force him to play pawn to g4, then I could put my rook back on d6 and I could try to checkmate his exposed king. Because if you have a queen and a bishop attacking an exposed king, then it usually leads to mate. So the queen went back to f3. I want to go rook f3, pawn g4, pawn h5. Let's do that. Rook f6. Again, there's no checks on my king. You have to ensure that you confirm that there's no possible checks on the king. No pawn to h5. All my pieces are guarded, so there's no tricks. Okay, he's gonna trade the queens off the board. Now I'm comfortable. Let's take check. No, that's not a check, but I hit the bishop. Oh, it's over. What am I doing? Okay, let's go here. It's over. Okay, I have 1.5 minutes on the clock. Let's do this quickly. Bishop here, I take. So that way I have a pass pawn. We have to do it quickly still. Takes quickly. Now I'm ahead by 3 points. He puts the bishop there. Push. Oh, let's push. Oh, why am I taking so long to play, man? So if he takes, I'm gonna take. If he takes, I'm gonna take. The thing is, so takes, I take. Once you're ahead in material, you don't necessarily want to be trading pawns, you know, you want to be trading pieces. So he hits the pawn. Let's push to guard it. And once I play f5, I have connected pass pawns. Okay, let's get the king in the game. My rook is guarding this. I think he's gonna play king up. Oof, what is this? Okay, let's push. I think I have a plan. If he takes, I go here and take here. Yeah, my rook was almost trapped just now. I'm going to take this, and I'm not going to allow him to trade. So if he plays king, okay, let's take. He has two pass pawns, so I have to be careful, but I have three pass pawns. I can't lose this game. I can't lose this game. Like, I'm not that bad at chess. Okay. I'm going to go here just to ensure that he's not able to roll his pawn. His king is not able to attack here, and I'm just going to push my pass pawn up the board. Okay, he puts the bishop there. He's attacking this pawn. Okay, let's play king up. If he takes this pawn, I'll take this pawn. And still, you don't want to be trading pieces, but this is now it's just winning. Especially if he guards it with the king, then I'll just sacrifice my rook because I have two pawns and he has one. So now he has to move the bishop, and then I'll take another pawn, and then it's really winning. Okay, this is now completely winning. I takes, king takes. Yeah, let's not calculate. If I calculate it, then I'm not confident. Now, once I push, he is able to step in the square, so I have to be a bit careful. But this technique is called fox in the chicken coop. I'm basically forcing his king to run to my pawn, then I run to his pawn, and then this is going to be my queen. So now that his king is running away, now I'll just push my pawn up the board and turn it into a queen. Now, he's trying to run back, but I'm on the key square. Not sure if you guys know what key squares are, but yeah, this is just completely winning. And I should be able to do it in 28 seconds. So I'm expecting resignation here. Oh, he's not resigning. Okay, that's something. He's not resigning. Let's just deliver the mate. For the noobs who are watching, to mate with a queen and a king, you just have to play Simon Say with the king. Like any direction his king moves in, I'm going to move my queen in that direction. So one step over, I go one step over. Notice? Same direction. It's an easy way to do it. It's like anything where he moves his king, I do it with my queen, which is why they say it's like Simon Says. And then he resigns.